Well, hey guys, how about a Q&A? Well, hey guys, my first Q&A, all right? And I really appreciate all your questions. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Some of the comments didn't seem to be questions, so I'm not answering them. The first one is from Pop's Quest. And Pop asked me, did you sell your business or did you close it? Well, actually, I closed it. The type of business I'm in is a rental business. The best way to describe it to you is maybe like G&K or Aramark. We delivered uniforms, industrial uniforms, mats, dust mops to schools, restaurants, aprons, towels, and things of that nature. And all my competitors were nationwide competitors. There's not any local ones left around me at all. And we covered about 14 counties. My father started the business in 1978. And it was really a good business for years. And it's still a good business now. It's just that, the cost, the expenses, it just went through the roof. I mean, just detergent alone went from, $19 a bag to $49 a bag in just a very short period of time. The only one that would have been interested in buying my business would have been my competitors, but they didn't really want it. They might have wanted just bits and pieces of it, of certain customers I had. And that's the reason why we did so well. The competitors had a minimum. They wouldn't even stop for less than $30. And for us, if we had a mechanic in uniforms at a service station, works at a service station, he pumps gas. He gets uniforms for, probably about $12 a week. Maybe a shop towel's $3 or $4 a week, and maybe a mat a couple of dollars or something like that. So, he wasn't spending more than $20 is what he wasn't spending. My competitors wouldn't even stop for that. And you can about imagine how many customers there is out there that fit in that category. And for him to get the same exact thing from my competitors, it would have cost him at a minimum $30, and may have cost him even more. And so my customers were really faithful to me because they knew if I ever stopped doing it, I was the last, and they had no choice but to turn to G&K. Well, that's who we have here locally, is G&K. We do have Aramark also is here, but they have warehouses and they process their stuff out of Memphis, Tennessee. So no, I couldn't sell it. I could have, but I wouldn't have got anything for it. So I knew another gentleman that was in the same line of business. He didn't do as much of the merchandise as we did. He did do mats and some towels. So he bought my merchandise, and he bought my equipment, all my equipment and everything like that. So I still own the processing plant and the property it sits on. And we've got that. So anyway, I hope that answered your question. I tried, actually for the last 2 years, I tried to work with some employees, about 6, matter of fact, I went through, trying to see if they might be interested in taking it over for me. And I would just kind of be like, in the shadows, and they would work and get a percentage of it. And really kind of what I'd do is I'd owner finance it to them, and they'd pay a little at a time, and then also I would draw a certain amount of money, of course, in payments from them monthly. But I never could find an employee that was interested. They just wouldn't stay with it. They just didn't have the drive to do so. When you're in business, it's not only just hard work, it's very stressful. And if you don't understand what you're doing, it makes it even more stressful. And I think they started feeling the stress, and they just couldn't handle the pressure of it, and it just didn't work out that way. But that's fine. I'm fine with it, no problem whatsoever. I'm still doing okay, and it wasn't like I had a lot of overhead, a mortgage. I mean, everything was paid for. So. The next question was, if I can find it, oh yeah, Wyatt One Able, and that is Wyatt from Central Tennessee. And Wyatt said, once you're in the RV, where's the first place you're going to set up, locally or in another state? Well, that's a good question because it changes every week. I'm looking at the weather is what I'm looking at. My dog is here now. Hello, Dixon. How are you, son? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Come here. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Now I'm videotaping, okay? I know. Okay. Go on in there. Do something. If he does something in the background, I won't know it. I don't know what he's doing. So, anyway, I wanted to go to Michigan. I've never been up to Michigan. I wanted to go up in that area, but now winter it's caught us, and I'm not going anywhere that drops below 32 degrees if I can help it. So now we're mid part of the country at this time right now. I could right now travel probably over in through Tennessee and maybe in the Carolinas and you know, back and forth through here, even in Arkansas. Now, because it's not down in temperatures, I do not want a problem with my water lines freezing and busting in my RV, but I'm hoping to get over y'all's way so I can see you and visit with you sometime, because there's several people on YouTube that I know from that area, and I thought that would be an excellent thing to do. So I would say probably the way it looks now, if we sold the house, it'd take at least 30 days to close, and if we sold it today, or had an offer on it today. So now we're pushed into, you know, December, and I'll probably going down to the Gulf is where I'm thinking. I'm thinking Louisiana, down to the mid part of Mississippi would be okay, and then go on down, or mid part of Alabama, and stay in a few places. I really wanted to stay closer to kind of get practice at it, you know, so I'd be closer to home until I got all the kinks worked out, but it may not work out that way. We're not going to be traveling long distances a day. Maybe 4 to 6 hours a day would be about as far as we're going to travel. We may stop at Walmart. Walmart really encourages you to stop there and stay, and on their parking lot, because they know that you'll probably come in and buy your supplies, and we'll probably do some of that as we're traveling, just so we can get the rest, and then we'll go, and once we get to where we're going, we'll probably stay there about a month. It's what I'm figuring, unless we don't like it, but that's the good part about this, is if you don't like it, you just take off and pull your home with you. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking down on the Gulf, because one thing is down in the Gulf, in those RV parks down there and places like that, their prices are higher in the summer because everybody's down there because they're on the beach. And at this time of year they're not, and they lower their prices, and you can find some places as little as $325 a month with all utilities furnished, and you're on the Gulf, you know, and the temperatures don't get really cold. I mean, I've seen it get cool down there before around New Orleans, but maybe once or twice when I went that it got, you know, where you had to wear something like I got on now, you know. So I think that's where we're going, and we're going to be somewhere in that area starting out. Then we'll probably maybe work our way over toward Texas, and just, you know, we really don't know. But one thing I will say is I'm going to make sure that I let everybody kind of get an idea of which way I'm going. So if there's someone out there that knows me or would like to visit or something like that, you can contact me before I get there. So, all right. Let's see, what's the next one? The next one was, how about telling us the tricks and lessons you learned with your linen business, such as hiring, firing, dealing with your customers, and just general stuff regarding running a small business in Arkansas. And it says, thanks, Blue, and that is Blue Ridge Marine. Well, you know, I guess it depends on the business, you know. I've had other businesses before, but it all seems to be pretty much the same thing, you know. Customers, you've got to be a people person. You know, our customers are not going to really like you very much. And in our business, it wasn't like, you know, I buy 1,000 of these, and then I put them in my store, and I try to sell 1,000, and then I go buy 1,000 more. And usually the 1,000 you sell, you'll not sell the same one to the same person twice. But with us, it wasn't that way. I would get a contract with someone that, you know, I'm going to be there every week for the next 2 years. So, you know, 104 times I'm going to be coming in every week on the same day, about the same time. So you start getting a friendship going with your customers. And we've actually had customers that, third generation customers, to where, you know, I mean, the dad rented our clothes, his son learned to be a mechanic, he rented the clothes, and his daughter learned to be a mechanic, and she rented the clothes. And that's right, we've had female mechanics before. So it's just, I just really don't know what to tell you. And firing, really, my father was probably more apt to fire people than I am. He was a little stricter than I was, but you know, he was just a little tougher than I was. For me, I can remember very few times that I had to fire someone. Normally what I would end up doing is it would be the summertime. There's nothing worse than being in a laundromat in the summertime. It's hot and tempers flare, you know, and maybe one employee would get upset and try to coax the other employees to all rebel or something like that. I had fired a couple people for that reason, and just sent them home. Told them, I said, look, you're just making it harder on everybody else, and you know, and you're upsetting them, and it's hot in here. So that might be the case, or you know, just not showing up for work. I mean, if you just don't show up for work, you know, you're going to get canned. That's in any job. I can't think of any other things. I mean, in detail, it's pretty much like any other business. You know, you've seen it. You know, if you haven't owned a business, you've been an employee and you've seen what your employer did. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, you can be really hard, or you can be a little understanding and talk to people and give people chances. And in my situation, I had to give a lot of people chances because I'm in a small community. It's not like I have this big giant pool of people that I can, you know, like, you know, if I get rid of you, I'll have 10 more people lined up. Well, that's not the case here.